Sir, your mic is off.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, thank you for reminding. Okay, here we go. Our second important thing after faith is pillars. And these pillars involve physical efforts, physical struggle as compared to other things. You know, we had talked about in faith, we were involved in spirituality, but in terms of pillars, we have our physical involvement. So that is very important to understand. This concept is physical involvement. And when we have physical involvement in this all process, it means we have to do something that involves our movements as well. First thing that we have in all these pillars, our first point, that is Shahada. That Ashhadu Allah, when we say Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah, so that is our Shahada. It comes as the first thing that we have to talk about in terms of our pillar. And second thing is basically our salah that we perform 5 times a day. This is our second important pillar. And the third important pillar that we have is basically zakat, that we also call charity, and we have to give charity that is also in terms of money. So it means we spend some money on people, and that is also a sort of physical involvement in that. And then we have Psalm, or we call it fasting. So fasting also need physical effort where we are performing, and these all are worships. We call it, it's a way of act, it's a way of performing something. So fasting is also one part of pillar of Islam. And then we have the last one is pilgrimage, that we also call Hajj as well. Okay, Hajj or pilgrimage is our last pillar of Islam, where is our physical involvement has a role in that. Okay, so these are the major points that we have to learn in when it comes about Islam. So in Islam, first was faith, and then second was about our physical involvements, about our pillars of Islam. So I hope it's clear so far, and then we want to move further. Like you can see, the major difference between these both concepts is very clear. Like it's not ambiguous, it's not unclear. Because in faith, we have to believe on the articles, 6 articles by our faith. But when it becomes about the pillars of Islam, then our physical involvements are here as compared to our first part. So I hope it's clear. And then I today want to cover some other topics as well. The second point that we have to cover in today's lecture is difference between two major, terms. Number one terms comes about deen, and the second terms comes about religion. This is also, you can take a look at our syllabus part. It's also involved there, like how they both are different from each other. What is deen and what is religion? So these are two different terminologies which confuses many students on different occasions. So we have to also understand, okay, on what point, what difference actually separate these both concepts. So we have to isolate them. First, we will talk about deen. Okay, Deen is basically Islamic word. We have to understand this. This particular word has been taken from Islam. And when we come to religion, then we understand that religion is not, this is not a concept that we have in Islam. In Islam, we have only one single concept, that is Deen. But religion, where this concept comes from? Actually, this is the Western concept. So we have two different philosophies, and we have two different terminologies. These both are terms, terminologies that we are using here. So Deen is Islamic term, and in Deen we see like every single field of life is involved. Like we have social policies, we have economic policies, we have religious policies, we have worships, we have spirituality, plus we have state as well. I hope you understand this point. It's very it's quite confusing, but it's easy if you pick this all. For example, Deen, if we talk about Deen, so Deen is a complete set. Okay, this is a complete set of life. Okay, this is not limited, it's unlimited. In some words, we can simply say it's completely unlimited. Okay, why it is unlimited? Because it talks about everything in the life. Whatever is in life, it talks about that. Like, for example, if we talk about in Deen, so in Deen, our economy also come, okay, in Islamic terms, because Deen is Islamic term. First thing that we have to understand is Islamic term. In this Islamic term, we have economy, plus we have, our state matters. In state matters, we know how to assemble the army, how to wage a war on any country, how to make a foreign policy, and how to make different diplomatic policies. Those all state affairs. Economy is also part of this. Plus your worships, those worships that we talked in the form of pillars, those are also part of the. Plus not only worships, plus your other part that we have faith. Faith is also part of the. Okay, so hence the definition that we mentioned earlier, that Deen is a complete set of life, is all of this. Like it talks about everything. It doesn't talk about like only multiple just a few individual things. It also talks about your social life. Okay, it also talks about your personal life. Okay, it has everything in it. So we don't see like in Deen something is missing. Quran has talked about everything with full details. So we can easily say like Deen is a complete set of life, but how they are different from religion. Okay, because we know that religion is not Islamic term. Religion is basically our Western term. It came from Western idea that West actually call their beliefs as a religion, but we call our belief as a deen. Okay, and when we call it deen, then every single thing of the word comes inside that. We don't have anything where there is no involvement. Okay, when West talks about religion, so according to West, actually this religion is their personal identity. Okay, this is their personal identity. Plus, second point that West talk about, West actually consider religion as their personal identity, and plus it's only relevant to their spiritual life. It's just relevant to their spiritual life, and it is their personal matter. Okay, it can go towards the worships. It can also goes towards the churches, okay, because the churches are the hub of the worships. So according to the West, religion is this all. Okay, West doesn't believe that religion is going to talk about economy. In Western culture, there is like West doesn't believe on economy. Okay, West also doesn't believe on state matters. Okay, West also doesn't believe on other particular parts. But in Western terminologies, we have only these things. For example, West in Western concept of religion, they say it's okay with worships, it's okay with faith, and it's okay with personal life, not even social life. According to West, social life is not part of deen or religion. So that is the concept. But what about our Islam? Islam says, okay, Islam talks about every single thing. Islam says economy should be according to the religion. That's why, see, in our culture, in our society, there are Islamic banks. There's a concept of Islamic economy. So charity is also part of Islamic economy. So Islam says, Islam also give us policies about economy. Islam also give us policy about state matters. We know that our first four caliphs, they were also based upon the whole structure of caliphate is dependent upon Islamic way of policies, how to run a state, how to make policies. All those state policies are governed by the religion. Allah says, okay, all of this religion, all of the policies according to the religion, they would be monitored by this Islam. Islam gives policy. How should be your ruler? How to make a shura, and that shura will decide that which person is capable of being a caliph. And when caliph is chosen, then caliph can appoint the governors, and governors will be responsible to manage multiple, provinces. They would be under the control of the governors, and governors will be under the control of caliph, and caliph will be under the control of shura, and shura will be, decided by the people. The modern concept, like you can say, it's quite similar with the concept of democracy that we have right now. It's very closer to that. But in West, we have to understand West doesn't believe on this. In Western society, there is no state matters. Religion cannot intervene in any state issues. Church will be different and the state will be different. Church has different identity. Church is used for worship. Church is used for your religious ceremonies, but church will never interfere in any state matters. We see, like, if we talk about the second half or the Middle Ages, in Middle Ages, we see the Pope was powerful. The Pope was waging some crusade wars. The Crusaders were attacking and they were having some wars with the Muslims. But later on, Catholic Christianity and other part of other sections, Protestant and Catholics, they have some contradictions over here. Like Christianity has two uh, basic sections that I need to mention here. They are Catholics, and then they are Protestants. Protestants. Okay, these both are different. They both have different beliefs. For example, according to Catholics, Catholic Church say that the authority will be given to the Pope, but Protestants say no, the Pope has nothing to do with the power. The power of the state will be given to the kings. Okay, king is everything. According to the Protestants, king has the power, and Catholic says no, church should be given the power. But Islam is very clear in this matter. Whether when Christianity is fighting, Islam has quite clear concept about these all things. And other thing is that our spiritual life, Islam says yes, worship should be according to the policies, and those five pillars that we have talked about: salah, shahada, pilgrimage, and other fasting, charity. These are worships that we have in Deen, our Deen. So Allah say in Deen, yeah, yeah, this is also part of our religion, that you have to worship, how to worship. Faith that we earlier talked about, that is the basis of any religion, that is the ground upon which we have the pillars, that faith on Allah, faith on prophets, faith on angels, and all those things, that is also part of our theme. And social life is also part of our religion, okay? Why I use these crosses? Because these crosses indicates that these are those things that are in our religion, but according to Christianity, according to other religions of the world, according to the West, these are not part of their religion. So now we understand clearly. Here, I think religion spellings are wrong. Okay, forgive me for this. Okay, so we understand this, that in our society, Deen is everything. When Allah say, "Today I have perfected your religion for yourself," so Allah never mentioned anywhere religion. Religion comes in English language. Religion comes always in English language. Islam always talks about deen. Lakum deenukum waliya deen. For yourself, your religion; for ourselves, our religion. So deen is Islamic term. This is Islamic concept. But religion is Western concept. And Western concept is very limited. It's only restricted or limited towards the personal identity, towards the spiritual life, and worship only. It is not involved the way of life. It's not involved the social life, not involved the worships, not involve the faith system. Sorry, faith is involved, but not involve the state matters. It also doesn't talk about economy, like how should be your economy and other policies. So our time is just closing up, and these were the concepts that we had to talk about. One more revision so that your concepts could be clarified. I will also share the lecture in the group as well. For any ambiguity, any problem, then you can also talk about those things. Okay, so the basic points that I want to revise is that today we had our one single concern, that what actually is Islam. That was our topic today, and then later on we understood that Islam basically has two major points. Number one is Islam has a faith. Okay, the one thing is Islamic faith, and the second thing that Islam has some pillars. Okay, then we have to understand what is more important in Islam. Either the faith is important or the pillars are important. Then we come to understand faith is much more important, because in Islam everything starts from faith. Okay, because faith also, and then we also understood that faith is something that is the ground of religion, that is the ground of everything. Okay, then we understood that faith is always spiritual. Okay, it's always spiritual. And then we later understood that why faith is important, and everything that is important always have some articles, because we know that in our Pakistan we have some articles. We have constitution, and constitution has some articles, and those articles are our basis for our anything. It involves everything that you need. And then we understood about the pillars. Pillar always involve the physical efforts. They always need your physical appearance in involvement in those activity, physical involvements. So we then understood about our five pillars of Islam, which is Shahada, Zakat, Salah, and charity, pilgrimage, and these are the five pillars that we have. And in faith, we had six particular articles, starting from our faith in God, and then faith in prophets, faith in divine books, and then further faith on the day of judgment and faith on decree. Okay, faith on faith. So these were the elements. I hope you don't have any questions. If you have still some questions, so please ask me the question, as we want to finish our class in next 2 minutes. Yes, do we have some questions? You can also type in case you have some ambiguity. So you can write here, you can type here, and I will try to answer as my best.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, yes, please.
So, sir,
Yes, yes.
isn't life after death, isn't it included in like basic articles of Islam?
Basically, as I have mentioned, Day of Judgment. Day of Judgment is also a life after death. So this is, our article. So it's article. This article is talking about this one, life after death. Day of Judgment is
Okay.
talking about this one. Yes. So this is the
Yeah,
primary
sir. The
thing.
reason I'm asking,
Yes.
the reason I'm asking, it's because it's I just found that it's just the translation of Iman and Mujmal. We just used to learn this Iman and Mufassal and Iman and Mujmal.
Yes.
So this is a
Yes. Yes.
translation of Iman and Mufassal actually. Amantu billahi, I believe in Allah. Wa
Yes.
malaikati, and
Yes.
believe in angels. Wa kutubi, believe in books. So in that, I found
Yes.
that there's a wal ba'si ba'd al maut. That means the life after death. So that's the reason I'm
Yes.
asking it.
Yes, yes, yes. You're absolutely right about this, and you made a very good point here. And I'm also talking about, like, when we make a list of these articles, so when we try to assemble them in our academic point of view, like your research is quite deeper, okay? You even are quoting the exact words as it has been mentioned. But in our academics, there is one point, and from that point, you can get so many layers. Okay, there is one title, and from that title, you can try to understand like how many things are involved over there. So this is a day of judgment is talking about everything that you have mentioned. It is encompassing everything. It is encompassing the way the people will be treated, how they will be judged, who will be the judge, and who will be sent to the heavens, who will be sent to the hell. So all of the details are inscribed in this particular our
Thank you.
article. Yes, in this article it's all clear.
Thank you, sir. Got it. I got
Yes,
it.
okay.
Jazakallah, sir.
Thank Welcome. Anybody else, any questions? So we want to fix this clause right here. And if you don't have any question, inshallah, we meet tomorrow. And I'm sorry for today joining the class late at 10 minutes because I had to do something. I got busy. So inshallah, tomorrow I will try my best that inshallah we will.
Sir,
Yes,
just,
yes, yes.
just 2 minutes. If they don't have question, I ask just one more. So, why is it necessary to do these lectures in English? Actually, I just it was my second lecture. I'm in class with you, so I just
Yes,
want to
yes.
understand why is it necessary in
Because
English? Why?
yes, of course, because every time when we are in different times and different situations, so we have to understand what is the requirement of the day. Number one thing is that. Number two is that when you are going to attempt these papers in English language, so why you want to like keep yourself behind this? Why you want to step back on this corridor? Why not we try everything in that language where we need improvement? For example, we all are good in Urdu, we all are good in our native languages. The language where we are not good, why not try that? Why not learn that? Why to step ourselves at back and sitting on the couch or sitting on the table chair and just seeing others progressing and just we are sitting down and we are waiting because we are not good in that. We always good when we involve ourselves in that process. This is involvement. Okay, when you will be involved in this process, slow and steady, you will feel like, okay, I'm doing good in that. Today I might not be good. Tomorrow I will be much better. And by the way, you
Hmm.
are good in that.
Yes.
Your asking capacity is very good. Just today, you also even Kari Hassan is also one of my best friends. It's very good to me. He was talking this to me today. He say like I never thought this boy would speak. I hope it is you, or maybe it was somebody else. He say, I never knew that this boy speak English. But then I told him like, okay, we sometimes don't know what qualities we have until we practically, try to work on that. This is my policy. Like we have to be
Yes.
good in that. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you
yes.
so
I
much.
personally I have a experience, like long experience with engaging with Western people and US and UK and those people. So that's why I can
Okay.
speak it. But the reason you are just expressing, that's really it is that's the reality. If you engage in the things,
Mm.
you can learn, and like automatically you don't need to just put yourself in that. So
Yes.
automatically you will learn, and you will be expert in that. So
Yes.
Jazakallah, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. In Pakistan, you don't literally find any teachers there teaching Islamiat in this. Literally in Islamiat, there is very less scope in English. So people literally run away from English language and teaching lectures in English. They try to run away from this thing, but I take it as a challenge. I try to do this. Okay, that's very fine. In our physical classes, we also apply this.